It's 7 years now. If it was 7 days, I would speak something sweet and that will be a balm and a solace for you. Now that it's 7 years, I say cruel things, okay? They're not cruel, it's just that's the way of life. If we do not get the way of life, we will become unfit to live life. If we do not understand the ways of life, we will render ourselves unfit to live life. So, you know very well, every day, a lot of people are dying. As we sit here in satsang, in 2 hours, how many people do you think would have died in the world? Huh? What's the estimate? Somebody who's a doctor or an undertaker, you must know. What's the numbers like? Let's say a few thousands, all right? I don't know, it could be more than that, isn't it? In 24 hours, I think a few million people are dying, yes? Couple of million at least must be dying. In 2 hours, a few 100,000 are dying. And every one of them who die will be dear to somebody, yes? Maybe 1 person, 2 people, 5 people, 10 people are crying right now about that 1 person who died, yes or no? So, do we say, oh, it's nothing anyway, they die, leave them alone? That's not it, that is callousness. I'm not talking about that. But still, to understand that this is the way life is structured, but you have structured your thought and emotion in a different way, which is bound to break at some point. Either it's going to break because you die or somebody else dies. If both of you have to live forever, then we cannot tolerate this. Yes? Can you tolerate a whole lot of people who are attached to each other, they never die? Can you tolerate this? It will happen invariably. The only thing is we wish that everybody has a complete cycle of life and die, that's our wish. But what is a complete cycle of life? Today doctors are saying if you live for another 50 years, we will make you live for 500 years. Of course you won't remember what happened 400 years ago, but it doesn't matter, we'll make you live 500 years. Only thing is, you must have tubes and pins and needles and connect it to you wherever you go, but you live for 500 years. You know they're saying this? Some of the doctors are saying, now they can manufacture extra spare liver, spare kidney, spare heart with stem cells and keep it ready for you if you have the money. Even now it can be done. Only thing is like yesterday or day before I was talking to a doctor who's very involved in this, he said, see, we can grow a spare liver for you right now, but only thing is we cannot fully control that. It is possible that your liver have teeth. How is it, your liver biting you from inside? Really, this is exactly what he said, that your liver may develop teeth, actually dentures, because in the stem cells, we cannot control that. Your heart may happen, but it may have a nose and it wants to breathe, not only just beat. Then you have to open up a small hole for it to breathe. Like this, I'm saying you can stretch it. But nobody is talking about never dying, okay? Instead of 50 years, we said 100. Instead of 100, we said 160 with yoga. Now they're saying 500 we will do with spare kidney, spare heart, spare liver, everything done. Even if you live for 500, will you die gracefully, I'm asking? Even at 500, the same struggle will go on, isn't it? Postponement, and much more struggle will happen along the way. So many surgeries of transplant. It's a good business model, but it is not a way to live. So we wish that everybody gets to live their natural lifespan. But what is natural is not for you and me to decide, isn't it? for whatever reason. When life is here, we do everything possible to preserve it and nurture it. But for whatever reason, either because of an ailment or a car crash or a bullet or a hangman's noose, which way life left the body, it doesn't matter. For whatever reason, the moment it leaves the body, you respect the decision of that life, that it chooses to leave the physical, always. If you do not respect that, you have not understood the fundamentals of how life happens. And anyway, this is not even about life. This is about having lost what is yours. Somebody lost a home. They're crying about it for 7 years. Somebody lost $1 million, they're crying about it for 14 years. Yes or no? Yes or no? So the question is not about your brother, the question is not about another life, the crying is not about life at all. The crying is about what you possessed has been lost. So this is what I was telling him. The child is still 4 years. First thing is learn to not possess, because it's not even yours. It's never been yours. It is you who is claiming, this is my brother, this is my son, this is my this. As a relationship, you can say, okay, this is my somebody. But you believing this is mine, and if you lose it, you're broken, is not compatible to the way life is structured. This may not be acceptable for you, how cruel can Sadhguru get? It's not me, this is the way creation is. Either you see it and be in tune with it and make maximum out of life, or you don't see it and cry about everything that happens. So, this is the most important thing that you do as a child. In India, the only reason, now they have for different reasons, the only reason why they wanted to have a son is because in your old age, he will remind you about your spiritual responsibility. He will remind you about your mukti, your liberation. And if you don't get it in your life, he will facilitate it even after you're dead. Just for this one reason, everybody wanted to have children. So, I'm saying that is your fundamental duty to one who delivered you, who brought you to life, to remind her about the nature of life and tell her what is the most important thing. You are not the most important thing in her life. She has to find her ultimate nature, that is the most important thing.